When Yggdrasil trembles, one tree does not shake. Every world begins to lose its signal. Can the great tree keep the worlds connected when every message, root, and branch begins to fail? Odin feels the first shiver before the others, a cold vibration under the stone of Asgard. Far below him, roots strain through darkness, ice, memory, and old hunger. Far above him, branches vanish into bright air, carrying realms like lamps in a storm. Between them, every road, law, warning, prayer, and fate must pass through one living body. The gods come to Yggdrasil each day because the tree is their court, road, tower, and witness. They gather beneath its spread limbs, judging disputes while the leaves whisper over every world. To mortal eyes, it is a tree vast enough to shame mountains and drink the sky. To Odin, it is the shape of connection itself, and connection is never peaceful. One root reaches toward the gods, where judgment hardens into law beneath sacred water. One root sinks toward the frost giants, where Mimir keeps wisdom in a deep black well. One root coils over Niflheim, where cold mist hides Vedrfolnir and the thing that gnaws. Odin knows every system has a bright crown and a hidden underside. He has paid for knowledge before, and the price still marks his face. At Mimir's, well, he gives one eye for one drink of understanding. The water does not flatter him. It shows him roads beneath roads and costs behind every shortcut. Knowledge rises through him like winter fire, beautiful, painful, impossible to forget. He sees that the tree is not a symbol of stillness, it is a machine of survival. Every realm depends on roots it cannot see and messengers it cannot control. At the Well of Urd, 3 Norns bend over water, clay, and the lives of men. Urd watches what is hardened, Verdandi measures what is breathing, Skuld waits with what must arrive. They do not sing gently over fate, they tend a structure always trying to rot. Their hands lift pale water and clay, pressing it against bark that holds heaven. Without them, the branches would dry, the trunk would weaken, and the roads would fail. This is the secret Odin cannot ignore. The universe needs maintenance. Not magic once, not creation long ago, but care repeated every day. Above the Norns, creatures claim their stations like restless operators in a living tower. An eagle sits high in the branches, staring across realms no foot can reach. Between its eyes, Vedrfolnir watches from a place of impossible balance. 4 stags bite at the leaves, feeding on what also shelters the worlds. Beneath everything, Nidhogg works in darkness, tooth by tooth, against the root. And along the trunk runs Ratatoskr, quick as panic, bright-eyed and dangerous. He carries words from the eagle to Nidhogg, then carries venom back upward. No sword flashes, no battlefield opens, yet harm travels perfectly through the tree. A message can be a bridge, or it can be a spark in dry wood. Odin watches the squirrel race past him, and the tree seems suddenly less eternal. If a lie can climb the trunk, then distance no longer protects anyone. If rage can travel from root to crown, every world shares the same wound. The gods still judge beneath the branches, but their voices now sound smaller. Around them, Yggdrasil spreads over the world and reaches above heaven, magnificent and exposed. Its grandeur is also its danger, because everything important gathers in one place. The tree is no prophecy of wires, satellites, towers, or glass buried under oceans. It is older than machines and stranger than prediction, a map made from fear and longing. It has become visible as a living diagram of total connection, drawn in bark, shadow, water, and breath. Other peoples dream the same vertical road, a world tree joining sky, earth, and the underworld. They do not need the same gods to fear the same separation. Above is distance, below is depth, and between them, human beings need a path. A trunk becomes the answer to distance, carrying footsteps, pleas, warnings, and power between worlds that cannot touch. A root becomes memory, gripping cold places where hidden costs, old wisdom, and buried threats keep waiting. A branch becomes prayer, reaching toward powers that feel near only when the path upward stays open. But every path invites traffic, and every traffic invites noise, pressure, error, and attack. A blessing can travel upward through Yggdrasil as quickly as smoke through a winter hall. A curse can climb the same bark, finding height by using the very road built for hope. A judgment can descend from the shining court to the low places that never see its faces. A whisper can cross the world when the tree allows small words to outrun mountains, seas, and time. That is the real terror inside the wonder. Connection never carries only what we want. Above, the eagle stiffens in the branches, hearing insult arrive from depths it has never seen. Below, Nidhogg shifts in cold shadow, receiving the answer and grinding patience into the root. The whole tree listens, because in a connected world, no conflict remains perfectly local for long. Odin understands what later ages will rediscover with their own bright networks and buried cables. A branching system is elegant, easy to read, and powerful enough to organize worlds. But simple shapes can hide dangerous weakness when too much life depends on too few passages. Cut the wrong route, poison the wrong message, neglect the wrong route, and tremors spread everywhere. The modern web of human voices looks less like a tree and more like a mesh. It has many routes, many backups, many ways around a broken path. Yet even there, people build hubs, authorities, gates, feeds, and centers of judgment. They gather under invisible branches, waiting for news, rulings, omens, and permission to move. Ancient myth did not predict this machinery, but it recognized the hunger that creates it. The hunger to link every far thing, then pretend the link cannot fail. Nidhogg gnaws below, patient as winter, reminding every connected world that unseen damage still counts. The stags feed above, reminding Odin that use itself can wear down what sustains it. Ratatoskr runs faster, and the insults blur into one hot streak of motion. The Norns keep watering because panic is useless where maintenance is sacred. Then the tremor deepens, and Ragnarok moves from rumor into weather. Yggdrasil shakes so hard that even the gods feel small beneath its crown. This is not one city falling, not one gate breaking, not one road closing. This is the whole pattern entering crisis. Root, trunk, branch, message, court, and sky. Odin stands before the tree he has studied, used, feared, and depended on. He knows now that connection is not salvation by itself. It is responsibility stretched across worlds, demanding wisdom, repair, restraint, and courage from every keeper. The tree does not promise that systems cannot collapse. It reveals why collapse travels, and why care must travel faster. So, can Yggdrasil keep the worlds connected when every message, root, and branch begins to fail? Only while someone tends the roots, questions the messengers, and remembers that every world touches another. That is the real truth of Yggdrasil, not a secret internet hidden in myth. It is the older warning beneath every network we build. The tree lives only while it is cared for.